Hello everyone, I am Dr. Dipti Dhere and today I am going to discuss the modes of energy yielding metabolism. So in this living world, energy is produced by three modes, that is photosynthesis, respiration or the cellular respiration and fermentation. So what is mean by photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is the primary energy conversion method in which light energy is converted into the chemical energy. That's why the photosynthesis is the core building block of almost all life on this planet. And photosynthesis is the only process by which light energy it can be converted into the chemical compound, and that is made available to the rest of life form on the earth, which are mainly heterotrophs. So the photosynthesis it is an anabolic process. We know that what is anabolic process? The anabolic process is that process where small molecules are utilized to synthesize complex molecule. And here in photosynthesis, carbon dioxide and water molecule are utilized in presence of light to produce complex molecule, that is carbohydrate. This method is energy yielding metabolism where chemical energy produced from light is stored in carbohydrate molecule. Photosynthesis is initiated by the absorption of light, and the absorption of light is done by a special pigment which is called as a chlorophyll. And this chlorophyll it is a very important part of a reaction center or the photosynthetic reaction center. So in this picture you can see that a green plant it can absorb the light, it can fix the carbon dioxide, it can take the water molecule and convert it into a complex molecule, that is carbohydrate. So the total reaction it utilizes 6 carbon dioxide molecule, 12 molecules of water in presence of sunlight, and chlorophyll are converted into the glucose molecule. Along with this, oxygen and water molecule are reduced. Then chlorophyll, we will talk something about the chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the conversion engine. It is a component of a photosynthetic apparatus which plays like a engine, or it plays a role like an engine which can convert the light energy into the chemical energy, that is in the form of sugars, and those sugars are then complexed into the carbohydrates. Chlorophyll is contained in a membrane called as a chloroplast, which is a cellular organelle found in a green plant. Chlorophyll found in this chloroplast collect and transfer the light energy to the reaction center. So the main photosynthetic reaction center it is different, but the main role of chlorophyll it is to absorb the light. They are the absorber of the light and they transfer that light to the photosynthetic reaction center. In photosynthesis, photolysis of water takes place. So the process of photosynthesis begins with the absorption of light, and as soon as absorption of light takes place, it leads to the photolysis of water, and as a result of photolysis of water, 2 electrons and 1 oxygen molecule is evolved. And these 2 electrons they are excited or they accept the light energy and they are transferred through the different electron carrier through the different photosystem, that is photosystem second, which is the acceptor of the electron from the water molecule after the process of photolysis, and through photosystem second it is given to the first photosystem first, and then at terminally it is accepted by the NADP, and NADP it is reduced to the NADPH. These compounds which carries the freed hydrogen as well as electron from water molecule are the reduced NADP, that is NADPH. During the transfer of electron from the photosystem second to the photosystem first, there is a formation of energy in the form of ATP, and the formation of ATP during the electron transfer through the photosystem, which is a light mediated process, and that's why this process is called as a photophosphorylation, a phosphorylation which is mediated by the light, and that's why it is called as a photophosphorylation. The process of photosynthesis is strictly an aerobic process. It do not need oxygen, but during photosynthesis oxygen is released, and that too in the light phase of the photosynthesis. And the oxygen which is released from the photosynthesis, it is basically the oxygen of water molecule. So in this diagram, the reaction of photolysis of water can be seen. Then how these chloroplast, which contains the chlorophyll, they absorb the light, they produce reducing power like NADP and ATP by the photophosphorylation. The NADP and ATP which is produced in the light phase of photosynthesis are utilized in the dark phase of the photosynthesis. And the dark phase of photosynthesis, it has a main cycle which is called as a Kelvin cycle. It is called as a dark phase of photosynthesis because it do not need light. It is not like that it occurs in dark. This process, it do not need light. That's why it is called as a dark phase of the photosynthesis. So for the Kelvin cycle, to fix carbon dioxide, they need energy and the reducing power in the form of NADPH. The carbon dioxide, it is utilized in the Kelvin cycle. It is fixed in the Kelvin cycle, and the sugars are produced at the end of this Kelvin cycle. Then the oxidation of water by the process of photolysis is a special feature of photochemical reaction, and the molecular oxygen is the product of photosynthesis. The molecular oxygen, the aerobic world, it is produced by the process of photosynthesis, because when photosynthesis occurs, the photolysis of water takes place and the molecular oxygen is involved. All organisms that use photosynthetic mechanism are thus oxygen producers. The aerobic nature of photosynthetic energy yielding reaction is much more clearly evident in photosynthetic bacteria, where oxidation of water and production of oxygen does not occur. The photosynthetic mechanism is suppressed by the presence of oxygen. The oxygen is replaced by the respiration as a source of energy. So the oxygen which is evolved during the process of photosynthesis, it is utilized in the process of respiration. So what is meant by respiration? We have discussed that in photosynthesis, light energy is converted into the chemical energy. So chemical energy, it is produced. So how this chemical energy is utilized? So the process by which the chemical compounds are utilized and energy is produced by breaking or by converting organic compounds into its simple monomer is called as a respiration or the cellular respiration. The respiration can be defined as energy yielding metabolism, in which either organic compounds or reduced inorganic compounds serve as electron donors. That depend on the type of respiration. In aerobic respiration, the terminal electron acceptor, it is oxygen, while in anaerobic respiration, the terminal electron acceptor, it is other than the oxygen. The cellular respiration is a set of metabolic reaction and the process that takes place in the cell of organism to convert chemical energy from nutrient into the adenosine triphosphate and then release waste product. So here the chemical compounds which are fixed or which are prepared through the process of photosynthesis, they are utilized in the process of respiration to produce energy. And that energy, it is required to carry out different functions in the cell as well as in the body. The reaction involved in the respiration are called as a catabolic reaction. Catabolic reactions are those in which complex molecule it is broken down into the simple one. And during this degradative reaction, energy is released. And that released energy, it is restored in the phosphoanhydride bond of the ATP. In the aerobic respiration, molecular oxygen acts as the ultimate electron acceptor. And that's why for the aerobic respiration, oxygen is required. In anaerobic respiration, an oxidized inorganic compound other than oxygen serve as the ultimate electron acceptor. The compounds included in anaerobic respiration are sulfate, nitrates and carbonates, or any other inorganic compounds. So there are many anaerobic bacteria which carry out the process of anaerobic respiration. They do not need any organic compound. They extract energy from the inorganic compound. The compounds included is the anaerobic respiration are sulfate, nitrate and carbonates. In respiration, complex oxidation of organic substrate occurs into the carbon dioxide. In photosynthesis, we have seen that in photosynthesis, carbon dioxide is produced. While in respiration, the carbon dioxide, it is evolved or it is released. So the overall respiration, it is divided, or we can categorize into three phases. The first phase, in which glucose or the sugar, it is converted into the pyruvate, and the process is called as a glycolysis, which occurs in the cytosol of the eukaryotic cell. Then once pyruvate is produced, it enters into the citric acid cycle by converting itself into the acetyl coenzyme A. In this citric acid cycle, it is also known as the TCA cycle. And in this TCA cycle, various reducing powers in the form of NADH2 and FADH2 are produced. And at some places, ATP is also produced in the form of GTP. And in third phase, the reducing powers which are produced in the TCA cycle are utilized in the third phase, that is oxidative phosphorylation, where different electron carriers are present, and in this phase these reducing powers are utilized to produce the energy in the form of ATP. Then the free energy change of the complete oxidation of organic compound is very much greater than that of the fermentation. And in aerobic respiration or in cellular respiration, there is a complete oxidation of the substrate molecule, and that's why it is energetically more superior than the anaerobic process as well as than the fermentative process. In respiration, the substrate level phosphorylation also operated, but considerably greater quantity of ATP is generated as a result of passage of electron through the respiratory electron transport chain, a process which is known as oxidative phosphorylation. The net yield or gross yield of ATP per mole of substrate is accordingly much greater than that of a fermentative metabolism of the same compound. Many microorganisms that perform aerobic respiration or the aerobic respiratory metabolism are strict aerobes. Some may grow under aerobic condition using source of energy either by fermentation or anaerobic respiration. Nutrients that are commonly used by animals and plant cell in the respiration include sugar, amino acid and fatty acid, as well as the most common oxidizing agent providing most chemical energy is molecular oxygen. So in this diagram again we can see that the glycolysis, it is the initial phase of the cellular respiration where glucose is converted into the pyruvate, and during the glycolysis the substrate level phosphorylation takes place and ATP are produced. The pyruvate, which is produced as a result of glycolysis, it is converted into the acetyl coenzyme A and then it enters into the citric acid cycle. And in citric acid cycle different reducing powers are produced, that is NADH2 and FADH2, and these are utilized by the oxidative phosphorylation process to produce the ATP. This is about the aerobic respiration. Then phosphorylation, it is the process in which energy is produced in the form of ATP. To make ATP, phosphorylation process it must occur. This means that you must add a phosphate to ADP to make ATP. And that addition of phosphate to ADP, it needs a energy, and that energy it is restored in the form of bond, that is phosphoanhydride bond. So this process of phosphorylation it can occur in three ways, that is substrate level phosphorylation, oxidative phosphorylation and the photophosphorylation. Substrate level phosphorylation is that phosphorylation where direct transfer of a phosphate group to the ADP occurs by using enzyme which are from the glycolysis as well as from the Krebs cycle. Different enzymes then they can carry out the transfer of phosphate or inorganic phosphate to the ADP, and they can carry out the process of substrate level phosphorylation. Then second is the oxidative phosphorylation. In oxidative phosphorylation, the power of concentration gradient where oxygen is the terminal electron acceptor to phosphorylate ADP into the ATP is utilized, which we can see in the electron transport chain. And that electron transport chain in case of the eukaryotes it is present in the mitochondria, and in prokaryotes it is present on the cytoplasmic membrane or the cell membrane. Then third process by which ATP is produced, it is the photophosphorylation that we have discussed in the process of photosynthesis. In photophosphorylation, the power of light or power of sunlight it is utilized to add phosphate to the ADP and convert this ADP into the ATP. Then again here the three steps we can see. So in cellular respiration, only two processes of the energy formation takes place, or the two types of phosphorylation takes place, that is substrate level phosphorylation as well as oxidative phosphorylation. Then this is the comparative view of the cellular respiration and the photosynthesis, how they are related or how they are correlated with each other. The process of photosynthesis it occurs into the chloroplast and it is brought up by the chlorophyll. Process of respiration it occurs in the mitochondria where TCA cycle takes place. In mitochondria TCA cycle takes place, while in chloroplast the Calvin cycle takes place, which involve the which utilizes the CO2, that is carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide which is released through the process of cellular respiration, it is taken up by the photosynthesis. So these processes are the compatible to each other. So this is the cyclic. Second one is the cyclic representation of relation between the photosynthesis and the respiration. So in photosynthesis, oxygen is evolved, while in respiration, oxygen is utilized. While in respiration, carbon dioxide is released, while in photosynthesis, carbon dioxide is fixed. The central pathway of the photosynthesis is the Calvin cycle, while in respiration, Krebs cycle, it is the major pathway. In photosynthetic synthesis, photophosphorylation takes place. In respiration, substrate level phosphorylation and the oxidative phosphorylation takes place. So this is all about the respiration and the photosynthesis. Thank you.